How do you feel walking around the streets now? Are you nervous, anxious?
Very much so. I mean, before even all this incident ever happened, I am I was still pretty much reluctant to go outside all by myself. And now that this has happened, I'm even much more afraid now than ever, whether it be day or night. I just
Yeah,
don't go out alone walking at all now.
yeah. And how about you? Are you nervous about going out?
Traumatized.
Yes, she's very much traumatized. She has mentioned to me, or to us, our family, a lot of times now that even at work, she's still very much afraid to go to work. So is my dad.
Yeah, yeah. And your brother Patrick is here. Patrick, thank you for being here as well. It's hard to hear that your family's been attacked and somebody has their hands around your mother's throat. What's been your reaction to all this?
Honestly, it's been hard to believe that, like an incident of that gravity would ever happen to my family. Like, like out of all places, it happened when they were out to, grab a midnight snack in a random drive-thru in our neighborhood. Out of like, that just goes to show that the situation is only increasing, and so that just made me more like agitated and pushed me even more to raise awareness about the issue. So
Well, listen, this kind of thing does have an effect, and particularly when you've been physically attacked, you can experience PTSD, which is a post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is a anxiety disorder that can affect the brain itself. It can get in a loop, and it most definitely can leave you where you respond to noises, you respond to triggers. It comes up in your thinking, and you can have nightmares about it, and it can cause you to shrink your world up and really withdraw. And there are some things that you can do to help that behaviorally. And one thing people in the Asian American community can do is not withdraw, but to connect with other groups and help overcome the unknown, help overcome ignorance. I mean, just in the time that you've spent here, you've seen the reaction from people that take a minute to get to know you. The number one need in all people, by the way, is acceptance. And the number one fear is rejection. But the number one need is acceptance. We all want to feel that we're accepted and that we belong. And if we don't feel that way, if we feel like we're marginalized or ostracized, that's a very unsettling feeling. And the only thing that overcomes that is connection and communication and outreach. But on an individual level, PTSD is very real, and it doesn't tend to go away with time and on its own. And your mom seems particularly traumatized by it, and it does respond to treatment, and it does respond to help. And I would love to offer to arrange for her to have some professional help with this. We can do it in the privacy of your own home. Telemedicine is very effective and very important, and we can make arrangements for her to do it privately that way through Doctor on Demand, which is a company my son and I started years ago, and we can arrange for her to have someone that speaks her language so she can be comfortable in communicating and help her work through this.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.